We're back. There's no audio. Sorry about that.
Wait, are you currently streaming?
Yes. I just started. It'll be like a 15-second lag. Well, I guess I should wait and make sure that it's actually working. Can someone pull up, or do you have the stream going?
Yeah, where's it?
Can you, yeah, okay, great. All right, so now that we have sound, what's happening is VPut won the first two games, and this is game 3. So here we go. All right. So yeah, VPut has this cool like multi-level wall with some stuff inside. Levy Drone Flight has a slightly larger wall, but VPut does build up a lot more drones. I haven't seen them use the drones yet, but this could be good. Oh, they're all looking for the HQ now. That's cool. All right, so they found it. They crunched badly, and now they're dead. That's a shame.
You sound so insincere saying that.
I mean, it is a shame, but they're building up more, so hopefully they do a better crunch this time. It doesn't look like it, though. It looks like they're all just going to charge in, and oh, that's a shame. All right, so you got to surround first, and then all charge in on the same turn. Oh, that's tragic. Okay, well, who's going to win? Looks like Levy Drone Flight is going to win, because their wall is taller. So, all right. Levy Drone Flight takes game 3, and it is now 2-1 VPut. Okay, so yes, we have VPut on the left, up 2-1 over Levy Drone Flight. I think this map is, yeah, I was going to say too constrained for their usual wall, but that's no problem. They're just going to build through the water anyways. So the outer wall is in place. I think this miner, yeah, builds the last evaporator and then self-destructs. And then the design school starts pumping out landscapers to go and do the inner wall. Meanwhile, Levy Drone Flight is having some problems because the places that they're supposed to be spawning, whatchamacallits, is flooded. Landscapers is flooded. Hopefully they do something about that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so the landscapers are taken over, but this wall is going to be pretty uneven now, and they're especially at a disadvantage because they're trying to build a taller one with not the right number, or a larger one without the right number of landscapers. We'll see how it goes. Maybe VPut will be able to crunch well this time. Although those cows in the middle might slow them down quite a bit. Let's see. All right, the outer wall starting to flood. It's problematic, but they have plenty of drones. Will they use them? No. All right, VPut wins and advances. Congrats. All right, on to Kentucky Fried Aimbot versus Stardust. Also VPut won, if you could update challenge, please. All right, Kentucky Fried Aimbot on the left. Got that drone factory, it's on both sides. Are they going to move the cows? No. All right, both getting a lot of the soup. That's great. Starting the wall of 8. There are a couple blue drones holding red miners over here, but they don't know what to do with them. Oh, and some red landscapers. Blue is successfully abducting many units, but not successfully doing anything after that. sort of just flying around with them. Oh, but now there's plenty of water, and they've drowned a bunch of landscapers. But I think it was too late. Kentucky Fried Aimbot has a much bigger wall pattern going here. It looks like they're trying to set up a drone wall, but they don't have nearly the production that they need to do it. Yeah, I think Stardust's only hope is if they manage to crunch. And oh yeah, nice. All right, so they crunched, but the wall is already really high. If this landscaper, oh yeah, this landscaper is lowering this corner, so that could be good. Wait, no, they're not. What are they doing? I can't tell. Yeah, they are lowering that corner, I think, but they died. It was, oh, very nice. The sabotage succeeded, and it looks like, yeah, it was pretty close, but the sabotage didn't. So Stardust wins game 1. All right. Okay. So Stardust is up 1-0, and both teams are just getting that initial soup. We got an evaporator, 2 evaporators on the top. That's a good sign for Stardust. Wall coming into position, a bunch of drones. Yeah. Oh, and Stardust has a more advanced wall structure this time. Looks like they've been able to produce enough landscapers with those evaporators. Lots of miners kind of just running around the map aimlessly. A couple of them getting drowned by drones. A lot of them just got flooded. Looks like both teams have roughly equal-sized walls, but or roughly equal numbers of landscapers around the walls, but Stardust has a bunch of drones from those evaporators. Let's see. We've got basically a tie so far, at least until the crunch. All right, and well, that was a super effective crunch. So looks like this corner is going to come down, and are they also burying the HQ? Yeah, so they're trying to bury the HQ, trying to sabotage the corners, and it succeeded. So Stardust takes game 2 as well. 1, 8. Okay. So Stardust is now blue up 2-0 over Kentucky Fried Aimbot. Both teams getting the soup. This time Kentucky Fried Aimbot gets the first drones out, helpfully picks up some miners and puts them near the soup. That's polite. And actually it's having a huge effect. They're getting so much soup. Yeah, Kentucky Fried Aimbot way up on econ, but they don't seem to be spending the soup. And now some of their miners are getting abducted by blue drones, which is problematic. Yeah, okay, it looks like blue has given up on harassing and is now just sort of hanging out around its own HQ. Kentucky Fried Aimbot not building any design schools though, which is definitely a problem. They have 3,400 soup, so they could be building a big wall, but I think none of the miners are close enough to the HQ is probably the issue. And the HQ is not building anymore, so rip. All right, Stardust wins. Wow, and it was very close too, I think. This was elevation 3. Yeah, so Stardust would have won if they hadn't built half the wall already, or would have lost also. All right, so Stardust advances.
Barcode?
Barcode versus Big Buds. All right, Barcode rushes.
Surprise.
And doesn't build any landscapers, which seems bad. Barcode has a lot of miners and no oh, and that rushed design school got buried. Okay, so the rush failed. Big Buds is bringing all of the cows to Barcode's HQ, which is super effective, really. This thing is like, yeah, it must be hard to move and see over there. Very effective. Wow, all of the cows. This map had a lot of cows too, and they are all by that HQ. All right, so Team Barcode definitely way behind on the wall here. Also about to get crunched, it looks like. It's a shame that rush didn't work out. They had enough initially. I don't know why they didn't build landscapers. But yeah, all right. Well, let's see. This is not going to end well, I think, for Team Barcode. Yeah. All right. Big Buds wins game 1. All right. Not a rush-friendly map unless you have drones, in which case everything is rush-friendly. But Team Barcode has this dutiful miner running around trying to find someone to sabotage. No luck in that corner. It's going all the way around. All right, well, it made it through the maze, but it looks like, yep, it's going to the wrong corner. So, no, not in that corner either. Meanwhile, Barcode has a lot of drones, a lot more landscapers happening early on. Big Buds has the standard hashtag pattern, the hashtag standard pattern? I don't know. Barcode has evaporators though, which is always a good sign. Almost has as many landscapers, but got a much later start. Never made it over to the enemy HQ. But if they build enough drones, then they might be able to sabotage and come back from this one. Oh, also the landscaper count is much better for Barcode now. Yeah, wow, okay, they just got into position right before it flooded, so it looks like Barcode is going to have a much bigger wall, even if they don't crunch with those drones. But yeah, all right, well, this one's going to last a while. All right. Looks pretty close. Okay, Barcode wins, and it wasn't that close after all, I guess. Okay, so they are 1-1. We're on to game 3. This is a real map. Okay. Barcode, trying to rush, not succeeding. This, it looks like this one is elevation 8, and here it's elevation 4, so it's just barely too high to be passable. And since Barcode isn't building drones, that miner will never make it over. But that's alright, they've got plenty of landscapers going by the HQ. Big Buds still only has miners, and they are getting a ton of soup, but it doesn't matter if you can't convert your soup into not drowning. So they really need a design school soon, or they're going to be done for. It looks like all of the miners are currently trying to path to soup though, and maybe are not building things because they're trying to path to the soup. So this is going to be a tragic game for Big Buds, it looks like. Yeah. All right, Barcode is up 2-1, and we are on to game 4. I really like this map, CPU. All right, Barcode rushes, finds the enemy base, builds the offensive design school, builds 2 landscapers, 3 landscapers. This is looking like a successful rush because they're not defending. Oh, but they just got flooded. They flooded themselves. That's so sad. The landscapers almost buried the HQ, but flooded themselves. It has 35 dirt. There were 3 landscapers, and it has 35 dirt. What a tragedy. Meanwhile, Red is successfully harassing a few of the miners over here. Oh, and yes, everything that comes out of this design school gets drowned. That's tragic. well, that's not a good position to be in. But Big Buds also is kind of screwed because they have no landscapers and 3 of their adjacent tiles are already watery. So even if no one builds anything, Big Buds will flood first just because the water will get there faster. Which is not what you want in general. So things are looking dire. Big Buds really needs some landscapers, but they don't have any, and they're gonna flood. All right, Team Barcode advances. Was that 3? Yeah, that was 3. Barcode advances.
It's on CPU, remember?
All right. Next up.
Oh. I didn't check.
Is we are in a new part of the bracket. Where are we? Oh, wait, where are we? Smite versus horse paste?
I'm guessing the winners? Yeah. We're in the winners.
Cool. All right, we're back in the winners bracket. We're in the winners bracket. We're in the winners bracket. This is the round of 16. So whoever wins here is guaranteed a spot in the final tournament, and whoever loses can still make it from the losers bracket. But yeah, all right, let's get started. So we have Smite, the champions of 2019, red, horse paste.
Can you turn up the brightness?
Well, it makes things slower.
Wow. What?
It uses more power. Things get hotter. The fan like when it's hotter, it's slower.
But your LCD is up here, and the rest of your computer is down here.
But the power is in the body. Trust me.
Okay. That's really weird.
That's not really weird. It being warm makes it slower.
Okay.
And it's not weird that it's warm if like all of the power has to go from here to the screen.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know.
Sorry, we can't turn the lights on. The house will get slower.
It doesn't affect anything except me and you. All right, anyways. Whoa, Smite, while we were discussing power, Smite has built a very nice looking circle over here.
It's a rather impressive wall.
Yeah.
And horse paste is going on with
Horse paste has a lot of evaporators. Actually, they have more evaporators, way more spread out, but Smites are way better defended. Like all these guys are gonna flood as soon as it hits elevation 8, but Smite has a very big wall. Why do they build such a thick wall?
harder to attack.
I guess, but it seems like,
It doesn't seem like they're actively constructing it anymore.
yeah, that's odd. I don't know. Do they have anything to say for themselves in the Twitch chat?
Let's ask. Yo, Smite, explain yourselves.
Yeah, what are you doing?
No, nothing.
All right. Well, Horse Paste does have a lot of defensive net guns, which is good when your opponent has a lot of drones, like 130 drones to be exact. So, all right, Horse Paste terraforming away. Smite's drones are slowing down my computer. Horse Paste has started terraforming at a higher level, literally. So that's cool. But it doesn't matter because their terraform grid is full of water, so their evaporators are going to flood anyways. But
Maybe the plan was
whatever sinks your boat, I guess.
whatever sinks your boat. Nice.
All right, so we have a lot of drones over here. 250 from Horse Paste. Oh, but they flooded. Darn.
Wow, this
Smite-
is a bit of a drone battle.
Yeah, Smite wins by having too many drones in the way, and also having a taller wall. Cool. Horse Paste was so ready. Look at all these landscapers. Wow, 247 drones. Nice. Okay, Smite takes game 1, despite a valiant drone offensive from Horse
So if you
Paste.
just have a circle of drones around, the other drones can't get through.
Yes,
Rough.
unless you build net guns, offensive net guns.
Offensive net guns.
A few people have built
walls.
offensive net guns. I really like it. All right, so anyway, Smite has taken game 1 and is now blue in the bottom right. Looks like they are sending a drone over to drown a cow. Rude. Oh, and nice. Okay, Horse Paste built an offensive net gun and just shot that drone. So that was decisive, I guess. The drone definitely had time to move. I don't know what happened there. Anyways, Smite is building a little wall. Horse Paste is building a big grid. It looks like Smite is getting their circle going, but maybe a little bit confused on the side where,
Got sheared off.
yeah, the map is too close, or the HQ is too close to the wall. It doesn't seem to bother them though. They're just building their big target. I feel like that water is going to be a problem, but maybe that's just me. Are they going to fill it in? I don't know. Horse Paste, meanwhile, does not have the number of evaporators that they need to sustain such a ambitious terraforming effort.
They only have a few landscapers, though.
Yeah, well, they would have more of everything if they just had more evaporators. Smite, meanwhile, has 13 evaporators and is pumping out units. By units, I mean drones, because why would you build anything else? They're all just going around the edge of the map, though, so that's fine. And getting shot by net guns. RIP. Okay, well, Horse Paste has a lot of net guns, but as soon as they flood, that will no longer be a factor. I think that's happening soon. Well, this one will be around for a while, but what's this, level 8? We're approaching level 8. Yep, there they go. Alright, so many net guns have perished.
Looks like Horse Paste died, too.
Oh, all of Horse Paste perished. 10. Alright, well, Smite wins game 2. Sad. Go faster. Okay. We are now on 74. Alright. I don't know if we've seen this map yet, but I like it. Octopus. Smite is up 2-0. Going for that initial soup. Already got drones happening. Already drowning enemies. Very productive early game. Oh, and they're totally... Oh, wait, never mind. It looked like they were rushing, but the miners were just there for the soup.
This is a wonderful
yes,
flooding pattern.
I like it too. Yes, so anyways, Smite has a little bit going on. Horse Paste doesn't seem to have any land. Oh, Horse Paste has so many miners. Why? Why do you have so many miners, Horse Paste? That's too many. You have 50 miners. You need more landscapers. No. Oh,
they're all dead.
Except for these. Oh, and they're still building more miners.
There's not even a wall here.
They're only building miners.
This is rough. It looks like they don't even have anywhere to build.
Yep. And now
Now they're doomed.
they're doomed.
Unless they were to
Unless they
self-destruct,
self-destruct, but
that
that's
seems unlikely.
yeah. RIP. All right,
Rest in
Smite.
pieces, Horse
Smite.
Paste.
Congratulations. You are our fifth. We already ran the international tournament. Fifth finalist.
First U.S. finalist.
First U.S. finalist. It's got to count for something. Okay, 7, 9, 8, 4, 5, 6. What the heck are we even on? 791. Oh yeah, okay, so we're on 796. Okay, next up. Exploding Gradients versus Blue Dragon. And hopefully Blue Dragon is blue this game. Okay. I think Blue Dragon uses offensive net guns.
Ooh.
I don't remember though.
That's
Oh wait, they're getting rushed though. That could be. There may not be any net guns. Well, they're successfully defending. Buried that design school. They have enough landscapers now that the red guy is just going to be kind of annoying. We really need a drone, but it's not. Oh yeah, there we go. All right. The rusher has been deterred. Exploding Gradients has a much taller wall going in the meantime, though Blue Dragon is raising their terraforming level, looks like to level 8. Blue Dragon also seems to be harassing a little bit where they can, but this drone wall is kind of in the way. They also don't really have enough evaporators, but maybe they're not. I think they've given up on terraforming now, and they're just building a bigger wall. So, well, that was an interesting pseudo terraform turned big wall. Oh, but red just tried to crunch, did not succeed. Blue did crunch and succeeded. And now, oh, but red built more landscapers and crunched, but it was not enough. All right, blue dragon wins. Wow, that was a good volley though. The alternating crunches. All right, so blue dragon takes game 1 and is now red. Okay. Looks like Exploding Gradients is trying to rush again, which is in fact possible. And the miner is there. We've got the offensive design school, but it got buried before it built anything. So rush countered, I would say. All right. Exploding Gradients farther along on their wall. Yep. Some good production over there. They've got that evaporator. That's useful. Blue Dragon terraformed a little bit. More evaporators this time, but not a ton. Looks like Exploding Gradients is going to get the chance to build up their army of drones again once the landscapers are done. And Blue Dragon has a lot more stuff this time, I think. Including 30 drones now. So I guess we'll have to see how this goes. All right, so Blue Dragon has a bigger and better wall thing. The red drones are surrounding, killed a ton of landscapers, but Exploding Gradients is replacing them with that handy drone or fulfillment center, but it was not enough and they have perished. Okay, Blue Dragon takes game 2 as well, and we are on to game 3. Okay, Blue Dragon up 2-0 over Exploding Gradients. Exploding Gradients rushes, gets there very early this time, builds the design school, and is up 3 landscapers to 0, which probably means this HQ is doomed. Nice. All right, Exploding Gradients wins in 146 rounds. All right, on to game 4. Also, there's pizza. Sorry, Twitch. Okay. Game 4. We have Blue Dragon up 2-1, and we are on 798, 799. Sunset. I don't know if this is new to you guys, but this is a new map for me, and it looks kind of like a sunset, but it's also pretty easy to rush. So that miner is going to get to the enemy HQ around round 80, build the offensive design school, pump out some landscapers, and this HQ was getting buried but is now getting unburied. The drones, I think, successfully got rid of everybody, all the saboteurs, except for this one, which they can see but are not going after for some reason. But anyways, Exploding Gradients at least is being annoying over here, if nothing else. These miners, so there's actually a ton of soup on this map. These are each 1,600. So these miners are being pretty inefficient, but they're getting a lot of soup for Exploding Gradients, which has a defensive net gun now. I don't think they had that in the previous one, but that'll be helpful when Blue Dragon eventually crunches. If Blue Dragon can get anything going with their defense like this. What are these miners up to? They're just mining this soup. Oh, they've all mined 100 soup, but are still just standing there. There must be something preventing them from coming back when they're in rush mode. I don't know. Regardless, it looks like the rush despite not bearing the HQ, is going to succeed in sabotaging Blue Dragon. Oh, finally. Okay, that last landscaper's gone, but it doesn't seem to matter. For Blue Dragon is, ooh, just got crunched and re-rushed with the offensive net gun. Very nice. Good work, Exploding Gradients. All right, and they're 2-2, so we are going to game 5, and whoever wins this game is a finalist, and whoever doesn't might be a finalist, but they have to do more work. Okay. Oh, and we're on round 800. So meaningful. Okay. Gradient. Another new map to me. Okay, so this one's pretty tall. Looks like we got about 50. Elevation 50 over here. Elevation like 30 over here. But a big open space with a decent amount of soup. I think it was 1,500 or 2,000, something like that. Exploding Gradients has got their things starting to set up. Blue Dragon terraforming away, lowering these walls. It looks like potentially. No, they're not. They're just terraforming the inside. Anyways, Blue Dragon, lots of stuff. Exploding Gradients drones seem to have given up on harassing. Exploding Gradients doing much better on the wall. This water is infinite depth, so they really need to build some more stuff near the HQ if Blue Dragon wants to survive. It looks like they have enough income to do that, but aren't spending it. Oh, wait, red, who's this? Oh, no, that's a blue drone. So there's a blue drone with a red miner looking for somewhere to drown it, I presume. This one found a place. So, all right, so Blue Dragon is successfully harassing a little bit. Still, oh, okay, now their wall is coming into place. It looks like there are drones helping out, putting landscapers where they should be. Exploding Gradients does not really have enough landscapers on their wall to sustain such a big one. But they do have a big head start that Blue Dragon has now pretty much made up entirely. So it looks like Blue Dragon's wall is a lot bigger. They aren't making that many drones yet, but I don't know if it's going to matter because Exploding Gradients just doesn't really have enough soup to fill their wall, and Blue Dragon has plenty of landscapers building theirs. Exploding Gradients will crunch eventually, so that might make the difference, but their wall just does not get tall enough to beat what Blue Dragon might even already have. Like, I've never seen Exploding Gradients get red or purple. Okay, so semi-successful crunch, and then Blue Dragon crunches in return, much more successfully. So it looks like that's going to be it for Exploding Gradients eventually. Yeah. All right, Blue Dragon, congratulations. You are a finalist. Resounding applause from the audience. Okay. And next we have the High Ground versus Kryptonite. Incidentally, I was talking to the High Ground earlier today, and they said Kryptonite is literally their Kryptonite. They have a higher than 50% win rate against everyone except Kryptonite. And so we'll see if Kryptonite gets them. Kryptonite's trying to rush. The High Ground does not seem to be. They're sending a drone over to harass, potentially? No. All right, so Kryptonite has that offensive. Wow, that's a super fast and effective rush. Dang. Okay. Well, Kryptonite has 3 landscapers and a net gun in position and is steadily... Oh, wait. One of the landscapers is gone. I don't know how that happened. But somehow the High Ground came back and now has a landscaper advantage. Their wall is in shambles, but at least the HQ is no longer in the process of being buried. I think this net gun is trying to get buried, but these other landscapers are protecting it, which is smart. Oh wow, look at that. Kryptonite built a little platform over here to just build some stuff on. That's pretty smart, in my opinion. Oh, wow, and they even took that no longer necessary landscaper and put him on the wall. Very nice. Meanwhile, the high ground is struggling. This is a pretty solid rush and like defense of the rush. So I'm not sure. Yeah, all right. So Kryptonite takes game 1. Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, Kryptonite takes game 1.
That is a notable improvement. Some of us can take over for you if you want to get some food.
Sure. I'm kind of invested in this game, as the high ground is my old team that I used to compete with. So I want to see them lose. I mean, I want to see how they do. But anyways. Okay, right. So the high ground is getting a bunch of soup. Kryptonite is rushing and gets there pretty late, around 200. The high ground just buries that offensive design school. There's a net gun, but like I don't know if it's going to matter because there's no design school to back it up. There are 4 or 5 landscapers that are going to be pretty annoying. Oh, hey. Well, that's it. All right. Another rush. Kryptonite wins. All right. Okay, we are at 803. Ooh, and a very rush-friendly map, which used to be good for the high ground, but is now bad, apparently. All right, so Kryptonite. Oh, they're saved by Kryptonite being incapable of pathing. That's sad for Kryptonite and great for the high ground, who can now, it looks like, build a very large wall, terraform a little bit, do some drone harassment. Oh yeah, those harassment drones are doing great. Kryptonite's trying to run away, but I mean succeeding in running away. But all right, so Kryptonite got some landscapers up, despite the drone harass. But the high ground has some evaporators and net guns, which is always a good sign. Also some offensive net guns over here, which are just rude. But effective, shooting down all of Kryptonite. Oh, that's funny. I love the net guns next to the fulfillment centers. Anyways, okay, so the high ground, dominating much more this game. No wall, but lots of evaporators, some terraforming happening, good number of drones. They would flood first, but it looks like they're in control and will crunch soon. So, well, maybe they'll crunch soon. Lots of evaporators, though. They're still building them. Good terraforming, and no crunch yet, but they're building up the number of drones at 50 now. Oh, and that was the crunch. Happened so fast. Okay, so the high ground takes game 3. Okay, so we are at game 4. Kryptonite is up 2-1 over the high ground. Kryptonite rushes, gets stuck in the cows, but makes it out. He's going to make it to the enemy HQ by around 80, maybe 90. Immediately gets picked up by a drone and drowned. So, all right. The high ground sending drones back over to harass, drowning some miners. Oh, sad, drowning that miner up here. I guess that doesn't matter, though. They have the evaporator and net gun in place. I think this is really smart, just like building up a little platform and then putting stuff on it so that it doesn't die. But it isn't going to matter if the high ground can just build a ton of drones and evaporators again, which is exactly what they're doing. They're also getting, oh, this map has so much soup. Each of these is so much, and they're just getting all of it. So yeah, the high ground is completely dominating in econ, has 50 evaporators, which is obnoxious. And yeah, so they will never run out of soup until all the evaporators flood. But in the meantime, the drone count is going up steadily. It's about to reach 100. Look at all those offensive net guns. Wow, they're going to terraform the whole map. And as soon as the crunch happens, I think the game will end. So let's see how that goes. I don't remember what round it was, if it's a round trigger or if it's something else. But there are now too many units. 300 landscapers and 300 drones, over 300 of each, and there's the crunch. All right, I think the crunch happens at around 1500. But yeah, the high ground wins with 338 landscapers and 334 drones and 129 evaporators, which is how that's possible. All right. And I think this is the most terraformed I've seen at a map so far. It's pretty good work. All right, so they're now 2-2, and it is going to game 5. And whoever wins this is guaranteed finalist, and whoever doesn't needs to win some more. Okay, gradient. Ooh, also not rush friendly unless you have drones. The usual caveat. Okay, so Kryptonite tries to rush, fails, builds a drone factory, fulfillment center, excuse me. Flies that miner right over. The high ground already has enough infrastructure in place, although, oh wait, they have so much soup. As soon as they build something, oh, nope, all right. A red drone just picked the blue miner right up and drowned him. But if they had made it over, they had like 1,000 soup saved up, and they would have been able to just spit out like 5 landscapers immediately. So I think the high ground just saved themselves big time with that defensive drone. All right, anyways, high ground got the evaporators doing the terraform thing. Why do they all lower it? This was at 50. They already the map already did so much work for you, and you lowered it from 50 to 11. But that's fine. Looks like they're gonna win anyways, because they already have 30 evaporators, and we saw how that turned out last time. It's interesting that the drone and the landscaper count are so similar. I wonder if that's purposeful. Probably. Anyways, they crunched really early they crunched around 1500 again. All right, good work. Congrats, the high ground. You are finalists. Resounding applause. Okay. What are we even on? 8:06. All right, while this game loads, I'm going to grab a slice of pizza. I'll be right back.
That, dear listeners, is the sound of Nate destroying a pizza box.
Cut it in half. There's an empty one under the. I guess you wouldn't know that.
It's fine. All right. Anyways, we now have. Yeah. Thanks. Okay. So now nasal demons versus steam locomotive. So let's see what they do. Okay, neither team is trying to rush. Oh, steam locomotive's a terraformer. Forgot about that. Maybe so is nasal demons, or they just have evaporators. Well, steam locomotive. Well, I guess they're both doing a pretty good job of exploring the map, finding all the soup. Nasal demons definitely has a better wall shape going. But steam locomotive has way more stuff. Do they just build? Neither? Oh no, I was gonna say, do they build net guns for no reason, or it seems like it was in reaction to a drone, and now this poor red drone over here was trapped. Oh, but now he can drown people again. Well, it looks like nasal demons is gonna have both a bigger wall and possibly a drone defense in time. Wait, no, they don't have any more fulfillment centers. Nice. All right, steam locomotive, effectively using the high ground. Built a bunch of evaporators that'll last forever. A fulfillment center. Gonna start terraforming. Oh, I was gonna say building drones, but I guess they'll start terraforming. So that's cool. They really need a lot more drones if they want to be able to crunch this other wall, though, which is rapidly rising. Ooh, that crunch did not work, if that's what that was. They have their own wall, but it doesn't matter because drones don't protect you from water. If they don't crunch, they're gonna lose. And even if they do crunch, they might still lose because they aren't holding any landscapers. And Nasal Demons already has a very tall wall.
This is the sort of thing where you need to use your own landscapers, which is a bit of a gamble.
Rip. Alright, Nasal Demons takes game 1. Can't type, it's fine. Okay, diagonals. Alright. So, Nasal Demons took game 1, is now blue. Sparser soup on this map, but Steam Locomotive has a lot of miners and they are finding it. Oh, they've also already built some evaporators on high ground, which is always good. Okay, but again, Nasal Demons has a way bigger start on that wall. So... Oh, and they're forcing, I mean not forcing, but Steam Locomotive is building a lot of net guns in response to their drones, which is potentially a waste of resources, but also you don't want your citizens to drown, I guess. Okay, so Steam Locomotive has a small wall, Nasal Demons has a big wall, but Steam Locomotive has 30 evaporators, which is too many for Nasal Demons to survive if they can crunch. And they have crunched. Very nice. Alright, well, Nasal Demons now only has 4 landscapers, which is not enough to beat Steam Locomotive's 8, even with a head start. So we can probably speed this up. Steam Locomotive does not crunch with landscapers, though, which seems like a shortcoming. I mean, it's going to win them this game, but you can win a lot more decisively if you just bury the HQ. Wow, 139 drones. All right. Steam Locomotive wins game 2, and they are 1-1. All right, this time they start pretty close, so those net guns may actually make a difference. Looks like, I don't know what that miner was doing from Nasal Demons, but looks like Steam Locomotive is trying to harass, and succeeding, drowning some miners and landscapers. Oh lol, this drone is trying to navigate to water, but it can't drop a unit where it's standing, but it's at the water. That's funny. Anyways, Steam Locomotive successfully drowning almost all of Nasal Demon's units, not successfully defending their own HQ, which is also important. Possibly more important, some would say. But they'll probably figure it out, except that there's a corner missing. Maybe they won't figure it out, we'll see. Nasal Demon's also missing part of their wall. Oh, okay, now Steam Locomotive has people in place. Alright, Nasal Demons needs to build more of their wall, or they're gonna flood. Meanwhile, Steam Locomotive definitely controlling the game again with a couple of evaporators and plenty of drones. Alright, Nasal Demons has built up the rest of their wall, but it's just not gonna be enough. Crunch or no crunch, Steam Locomotive is going to win this one. All right, Steam Locomotive takes game 3. And now they are up 2-1. All right, onwards. Maybe. Okay.
Hey, how long more you going to be here?
We'll probably be here until like 10 or 10:30. Is that okay?
No, you know, the only thing is I need to put a table for tomorrow. If you give me chance, after that you can stay here whatever you want.
Oh, sure.
You know, I only need to move this table for one side and put the table here because they have panel tomorrow morning.
Oh yeah, we can just do that now if you'd like.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
We're
All
gonna
right.
be taking a break.
Yeah, we'll be right back. Twitch, sorry.